It's Filter Free Friday, y'all. I'm glad y'all here. You know, I spent the day yesterday kind of looking at some diversity, equity, and inclusion plans that were public and on the internet. And what I started to see very often was this term, higher qualified diverse talent. Now, I worked in recruiting for 2 years, and what I want y'all to know is I never saw a hiring manager who wanted to hire anything but qualified talent. I mean, think about that for a moment. Who wants to hire unqualified talent? That's just not a thing. But I need you to be vigilant, because what's under there is, look at us, look at how amazing we are trying to get some different people up in here. But read between those words and you'll see that, when we hiring people that we always hire, we don't have to specify qualified. We put it in the qualifications for the requisition, and that handles qualified. But when we're looking for some folk that ain't gay, for some folk that ain't white, for some folk that maybe ain't men, now we got to add that qualifier. Qualified. See, because when we hire the regular stuff, they fine. But when we hire all this other stuff, you got to shift to that mess to make sure you getting kind of cream of the crop, because, it's an anomaly over there. I read the letter from the Birmingham jail probably way more than I should. And the reason I do is because I'm starting to clearly understand there are so many organizations that are working on diversity, equity, and inclusion plans, y'all. They working on the plan. Ain't doing jack. Ain't doing no work. And here's what I'm starting to see. When King was talking to the white moderator and saying, listen, y'all not supposed to be my friends, supposed to be helping me. Y'all making it worse. Because that little subtlety is dangerous. Those of us who are white and male and straight, we just, we got it. The rest of y'all got to work harder. And we buy into this idea. If you use those terms, stop. If your organization uses those terms, find some way to get in there anonymously that they need to take that out. We don't need that. We don't need that qualifier. We don't need that adjective. Yesterday I was working on some Myers-Briggs stuff with some folks, and it's always amazing that the people like, I'm not like all those other extroverts. I'm not like those other introverts. I'm an ambivert of sorts. As us Americans in the United States, we like to think of ourselves as individuals. And that's how we get racism with no racist. Who the hell you think out here influencing and enforcing these racist policies, creating these racist programs and discriminatory behaviors? Somebody doing it. And so if we ain't looking at ourselves and we looking at everybody else and talking about how they need to get better, that's why they ain't getting no better. All the people around you probably looking at your little crazy blind spot going, Dr. Ibram Kendi is just sharing very clearly in his book, How to Be an Anti-Racist. There ain't this line in the middle you can stand on, y'all. It don't exist. You either actively working against racist ideas and policies, or you are a racist person who is helping to keep racist ideas and policies in place. And that's true for all kinds of difference. Period. It's Friday, and I'm working. If you a saint, say a prayer. If you an ain't, send some energy my way. Because y'all know how these things be set up on Fridays. It's Filter Free Friday, y'all. We got work to do.